In this video, I'm rolling with Patrick. Patrick is a relatively new white belt. I've only trained with him maybe one other time. We have different schedules, so I ran into him today at open mat. He is 44, but he looks a lot younger. He's 160, but he looks a lot heavier. He's in great shape. I am not sure of his athletic background, but he's in the perfect fitness for jiu-jitsu. So there I was able to sweep him very softly, not going crazy. I'm pointing out to him right now that I notice a big difference from the first time I rolled with him. The first time I rolled with him, he was way more intense. And I think he realized to slow down and see where things go and let things be and let things take their course in the beginning until you learn framing and the proper resistance, when to move, etc. So due to that, I'm going maybe even a little slower in my mind. Also, he's very new, so he's like a sponge. He needs to learn. And in the beginning, you want to stay safe as a white belt. So what keeps you safe is having some proper frames, knowing how to get out, knowing some escapes, becoming a framer and escaper. These things are going to keep you safe once you get good at them. The problem is when you go to a school and you start jiu-jitsu as a white belt, the curriculum is not catered to you, even if it's a white belt curriculum. Because if you're a brand new white belt as opposed to a white belt that's been training for 2 years, I'm going to handle how I teach that person differently. So here I'm just doing my pressure pass, climbing over his leg, trying to be slow and incremental. He told me my shin was hurting his shin, so I kind of took the pressure off there. So in the beginning, you want to have the proper framing. It makes your life a lot easier. But if you don't, you could get a lot of knee on belly and things that lead to rib injuries, a lot of pressure, a lot of chest on chest. I don't remember the last time I let somebody just get chest to chest on me. I always have an arm in or I turn. It's a rarity that someone just flattens me out chest to chest. But these are the ways that you can lead to injury. So here I'm explaining. I just made a short about this where it's a clip from one of my videos where I just kind of, it looks like I just kind of run past the guard and put my ankle to the waist. But that's just one way to pass somebody's guard. If you could throw their legs to the side, run and put your ankle to the waist, you're pretty much passed. But if he knows the answer to that, which would be get on your side and frame off that lead knee, because the lead knee has all my weight in it, the knee that's going on his belly. So before it could settle in on the belly, turn to your side, push away. This is very valuable knowledge for somebody such as himself. So I'm explaining that I know the counters. And just because it's not working perfectly right now doesn't mean it's not going to work on a lower level player. So here, when I got to mount, he said, what should I do? I said, it's a very similar movement, actually. You want to turn, hip bump, make that frame with your arms, a frame, one hand enforces the other, and squirm out. See, now, as he squirmed out, I jumped to knee on belly and then to like this reverse scarf, right? So I'm explaining that principle. If you just push me off with one hand, it has so much less strength than two hands. So push off with 2 hands, make a frame, get my hip off of your hip. So when I'm in mount, that's what you want to do. Make space, separate our hips. What's our goal? So there's a lot of other things he needs to work on, but in the beginning, the important things are framing and escaping. As you can see, I'm going easy. I'm just going from side to side. There I took mount a little quickly, but I used the momentum that I had. By the way, that's my new rash guard and shorts. If you want to pick it up, there's an X-Martial link in the description. Anything you buy off that link is 15% off with code JITSOver50. I designed it myself. It's NYC Let's Roll. I think it's pretty cool. So here I'm explaining him to the principle of when you're in a bad position, just keep squirming. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to buck the guy 100 miles an hour. But it's not a time to rest. It's a time for continuous motion. If you just lay there, you're giving your opponent everything. He could think about exactly what he wants to do, how he's going to set it up. See, so I'm letting him start in side control and just demonstrating. It's not going live, but demonstrating what I mean. That slow and consistent, constant movement when you're on the bottom. Doesn't have to be explosive, but if you keep moving around, eventually you're going to get out, and your partner is going to get frustrated because he can't set anything up. He keeps having to recalculate and wonder how he's going to continue to hold you down. So there I hit that sweep. I try to hit it on everyone, but it's easier, much easier on the new guys. If you have to rewind that. Again, I had one arm in a position where he couldn't base, so when I pushed him in that direction, he was forced to roll over. So sweeping is about getting under somebody, toppling them to the side, and in many cases, trapping an arm. So as you could see, I just popped up. I put both my hands on his thigh, flattened it to the mat with my weight of my body, and then ran around. So here I'm not crushing him. I have my weight on my elbow. And I set up the step over armbar. Also known as my favorite armbar. I love that armbar because I don't lose position, and when he goes to defend, I could catch the Americana or Kimura. So in case you're not picking up on it, it's important sometimes to roll with a new white belt and teach them a little bit about basic framing. There I call it the butterfly sweep. And things that are going to keep them safe and injury-free until they're more proficient. Because for those first 3 to 6 months, you are susceptible to injury in ways you can't imagine. So we want to speed up that period of learning. We want to speed it up so you get your frames right away. If I never met him today and told him this, it might take a long time before he figures it out for himself. And during that time, injuries can happen. Oh, there's another step over armbar. I did it with one hand. And that, I think that's where we're going to end the round. But more to come with Patrick. He really pays attention when you talk, and he really absorbs everything. And I have to find out the history behind all his martial arts tattoos, because that is the sign of a martial arts background. But thank you for watching. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe.